Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is gonna be so fun. I'm like so excited for it. I saw this video go around like booktube with Destiny Sidwell. I think Sarah Crowley did it. I decided I want to do it. I'm gonna be reading my highest and lowest rated books on Goodreads. My Goodreads is always down in the description if you want to follow me on Goodreads. We can be friends. I always update my Goodreads too often. Like basically every single time I turn a page I'm further. So we're gonna be looking at my Goodreads and we're gonna be seeing what is the highest rated and what's the lowest rated. So let's do that. So we have Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, 3.91 rating. This is the lowest rated on my physical TBR, so that's that book. Deemed by Lauren Asher, which is the 4th book in the Dirty Air series. So this is the book that has the highest ratings. We're going to be reading this. I already started reading Redeemed earlier today. I made it to page 57, so we're going to flash back to a little montage of that. I'm going to talk to you about my thoughts right now. I'm only 57 pages in. I started off with the highest rated one because last night I just finished Wrecked, which is the book before this in the series, and absolutely loved it. I definitely enjoyed Wrecked much more than any other book in the series, so I'm really excited to get to this one. I feel like every book just keeps getting better and better, so I have really high hopes for this one, especially with a 4.45 rating on Goodreads. I feel like I have really high hopes for it. I will say the beginning of this was so shocking. I know that the premise of this book is like fake dating and all that stuff, so I'm prepared for that, but also I'm like so shocked at how it started. Like it started with something so drastic. Like something so drastic happened and it was like 3 years prior, and then we like flash forward to the present time and I'm like, what's going on? But like I'm interested to see how this goes and how like his journey is battling and dealing with that, because it's a really big change and drastic thing that happens in his life, and I'm actually really interested. I enjoyed Santiago throughout the other books. I thought he was a really funny and interesting character, so I was always really excited for his book. So far I do like the female main character. 57 pages in and they already had an interaction, and I thought it was so funny and I really enjoyed it, and I can see myself really liking their banter and them as a couple a lot. So I'm actually really excited. So that's my thoughts on this so far. Reading this one first, and then we're going to move on to Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This one will take me like no time to read. The font and stuff is like really big, so I don't think it'll take me that long. I'm going to update you whenever I have thoughts and feelings about this book and when I get farther in. So guys, I'm gonna be so honest with you right now. I think the premise of this I think the premise of this book is so interesting. Like I'm only on page 67, so I've only read 10 pages since the last time I talked to you because I got distracted on like Barnes & Noble website, but we're gonna ignore that. It's moving like relatively fast paced, and I'm actually enjoying it so much. Like compared to the other ones, like I loved Wrecked. Like don't get me wrong, I loved Wrecked, but this one's like we're jumping right in. Of course it's fake dating, but like the way that they wind up fake dating is so interesting to me. Like I absolutely love that, and I'm living for it. I don't even know what to say to you like about this book. The way that Santiago talks about her already, and they're like not even like actually dating, is just so like brings me butterflies. I love them so far. Like I love them both as characters on their own, but like them together, it's so good. So I'm like on page 140 now, like that far through. I'm loving Santiago. I really am. His story breaks my heart. Like he does make me very sad. Like I get very sad thinking about it, but also I'm like, he's so like, I love him, and I feel so bad that he's like feeling all of these emotions, but I also love that Chloe's there for him. So that's where we're at now. Let's continue reading. Okay guys, I am updating you from the last time I saw you. Okay, so I am 254 pages into Redeemed. I'm on chapter 29, and okay, here are my thoughts. I am enjoying Santiago so much more than I thought I would. I genuinely did not think anyone could get better than Liam and Jax, but this book is like so good. Santiago and Chloe's relationship is so good. Like the way she is like talking to Santiago and the way he thinks about her, like he doesn't like outwardly express like what he's thinking, but the way she comforts him in his time of need, like struggling with his accident and struggling with what he has gone through and continues to like feel ashamed about, I'm like, oh my god, they are made for each other. Like I generally think like she was made for him. Like let's just be honest here. And he was made for her because he talks about her and encourages her in so many good ways that she has never felt before because of her background and her family situations. Like I just think their relationship is so the best one in the entire series. I'm like, oh my god, like what is going on? Like I did not know I was gonna love this so much because obviously, as I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of the series so far, but they are making this series worth it, like making reading 3 other books worth it. Love both of the like, I like her like side plot of like the main reason she went there. I really like that plot, and I really like seeing Santiago have support and try to work through his own personal issues. I really enjoy both of those aspects, and it's making the book like not drag on, because sometimes when they have like side plots, I don't really care about the side plots a lot, so it kind of makes the book drag on, but this one like is not the case. The fake dating, I was also worried with this book. Something I hate about fake dating is when like the people are fake dating and someone clearly is catching feelings. I mean, so clearly, like it's just like obvious, and they've expressed that they've catching feelings. Obviously I'm not like whatever, I'm not spoiling anything for this book, but I'm just saying relatively in fake dating like romances, I hate when someone expresses that they're like, well, it's starting to feel real to me, and then someone, the other person in the relationship, will say, but it's all a lie, this is all fake, even though the other person has expressed that they're starting to get real emotions. I hate that in a book. I hate that in fake dating when they're like, but this is fake, this is fake, this is fake, until like literally almost the end of the book. I absolutely despise that in fake relationships. Does that make sense? I don't know. I think I just went on a whole tangent. I think more than halfway through, my Goodreads does not say more than halfway through, but I think it's the wrong edition. I think I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, but I'm really enjoying it. I like just never want to put it down also, which is such a good sign. I've been in such a bad, like not like a slump, but I've been in such like an unmotivated reading mood ever since I finished Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. I think I talked about this. Just like I'm still reading, but it's like I'm not like fully like in the world and like grasping everything because of Saving Six. I just love that book so much, and I just feel like it put me in kind of a slump, but this one is taking me out of the slump. Like it is so good. So far it's living up to the hype. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5-star read. I'm not getting 5-star feelings, but I am getting very highly rated feelings. Like this is the best one in the series so far. I can highly attest to that. That's my update for right now. I'll see you when I read more and have another update. That's where we're at. Okay, back with an update about Redeemed. I am 391 pages into it. I'm almost done. Definitely finishing it tonight. I am probably about, Goodreads says 70%. I'm pretty sure I'm more than 70%, but whatever. We're gonna trust Goodreads, I guess. Let's talk about my feelings from the last time I talked to you. We are at third act conflict. I mean, this one is kind of valid. Like, I kind of like, okay, I understand why this is happening. Like, I completely get it. Also, he progressed more with Chloe's own personal plot, which I had an inkling that this was gonna happen. Like, I kind of knew this was gonna happen. I don't know why, but something in Lauren Ash's writing, like, she like hinted at something, and I was like, this is definitely gonna be the thing, and then it ended up happening. So I love being so smart and genius in the brain. Thank you. Progressed with Chloe. Santiago has made such progress on his own personal issues and his own personal like things that were holding him back. He's made such good progress, and I'm so proud of him. Santiago is definitely my favorite guy within the Soul series. I like that Lauren Asher in her books, specifically these, she talks about men's mental health, and I just think her talking about men's mental health is so important, because usually men don't get representation within books or just in general about mental health, and I think it's beautiful that she's doing that. So I really enjoy that aspect. I have about 80 pages left, so definitely gonna crank that out tonight, and I'll see you at the next update, which is the final update for this first book, which is my highest rated book. So okay guys, I just finished Redeemed by Lauren Asher, the first book of this video. This is my highest rated. It's a 4.45 stars, and my rating's definitely gonna be a 4.5 stars. I loved this book. I know I've said it in every other clip in this video, but if you take away one thing from this video, it's that this book, honestly, you don't even have to read the other ones. They were good, but this one is like incomparable. Like, this one like had crack in it or something. Like, I'm so serious. Like, so here are my thoughts. I talked about my previous thoughts before to, you know, the other stuff that happened. So, but the ending of this was so precious. Like, the love that they have for each other is just like, oh my god. Like, I can't even comprehend that. The extended epilogue, shut up. That extended epilogue was everything I wanted and more. Like, I did not imagine loving these characters as much as I do. I just feel like Chloe and Santiago were the perfect match for each other, and I feel like oh my god, I can't even put into words how much I love Santiago and how much I love Chloe, both as characters on their own, and the relationship is the purest one in this entire series. It definitely deserved to be the highest rated on my physical TBR, and I'm so happy that I read it. I'm so happy I read this entire series. If you like sports romances, you would definitely like this, and because they all have different tropes, I really do think a lot of people could enjoy this series a lot. Their romance is one of the best romances I have seen. The way that they like talk to each other and just showed their appreciation and love for one another was so heartwarming, and it made me feel incredibly single. So that is how I feel about this book. Those are my thoughts. Yeah, so Redeemed, 4.5 star read, highly recommended. So that is it for Redeemed. I will see you when I pick up the other book, which is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Hey guys, so it is now Saturday, and I am going to be starting the second book of this video, which is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This book had, I think, a 3.91 rating. 3.91 isn't bad, it's almost 4, so it's not like the worst, but still my lowest rated. So I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna try and finish it today, maybe, because it's like literally not that many pages. It's 286 pages, which is not that bad. Like, I haven't read a book with that little pages in like so long, so I think I can like get through it today, but I don't want to rush anything, so I am hoping, well, I am gonna finish it by tomorrow night. But yeah, so this is a book. I'll update you when I have any thoughts about this book, how I'm feeling. and yeah, all that stuff. So let's get on with it. So I'm gonna update you for right now. I am on chapter 6. I'm on page 48 of Turtles All the Way Down, and I'm actually kind of fascinated by this. I think what we're being introduced to, the plot of the book, the plot of this is actually really interesting, and I'm actually really loving the characters. I like Daisy. She's a really interesting character, but also I didn't know that this book had such representation for mental health disorders and mental health in general, and I really like that. I really think it's interesting to read about what it's like to live with this, because obviously I don't live with like OCD, and I don't know what it's like to live with like intrusive thoughts like this, and I think it's really interesting to read about. I've never read a book with such representation like that, and I actually think it's really fascinating to read about. And yeah, I can see why people really like this, but I haven't really gotten into like really the bulk of it all. I've only obviously read 48 pages, and it's not taken me very long to read it. I've obviously taken some breaks just because getting into a book is the worst thing for me. Like, whenever I try to read a book, getting into it is the worst part, because I just like want to just be in the plot and everything, and that's why sometimes it takes me a little longer to get into books. But I'm only about 50 pages in, so I don't really have much to update you on my thoughts and stuff, but I'm gonna keep reading. Okay guys, I will be so honest with you right now. My attention span to read this book is at a fat 0. Like, I don't know, but like, I just want to rot and watch TV today. It's all I want to do, so I'm not really focused on reading it. I have to finish this book this weekend, and I mean, I'm 69 pages. I just bent the fucking page. Ew, I hate that. I'm 69 pages in, and I just have no energy to read it. Like, it's not that it's not interesting. Like, I'm interested. Like, I'm interested into the plot, you know. It's not like the best thing ever. I'm a romance reader. I will admit, I'm one of those people that if it's not romance, I don't fucking want it. That's my toxic trait. Like, I just like love my little romance books and whatever, and I can't get into it right now, but that's probably my own fault, and I don't want to like force myself to read right now when I don't want to, because then it's gonna give the book, I'm gonna like unfairly like talk about this book if I'm like trying to get through it, you know, like that. I don't want to give the book that, so I'm gonna read like 30 more pages, stop reading for a little bit, just to like, you know, give me in this book some space. That's where we're at right now. I am on page 114, chapter 10. I'm this far into the book, almost halfway, and I'm putting it down for right now because I'm gonna have to eat in like an hour or something. So I'm putting it down, and I am going to pick it back up when I feel like reading. It's getting really good though. Like, it is getting so much better. Like, I judged it too quickly. It's getting good now. Okay guys, so I am now a little more than halfway. This is how much I have left of the book. And I'm on page 161, chapter 13. And it's like 8, almost 9 on Saturday night, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this tonight. I might, depending on how much I want to read this, but I'm actually enjoying it more than I originally thought I would. I know I said that in the last update, that I was like liking it now, and it's still like some parts are slow, like some parts I like am like okay to be in her own thoughts and see what it's like. I think that's the most interesting part of the book to me. Daisy is an interesting character now in the book. I mean, I did like her, and now she's like kind of annoying me a little, but I mean, I don't really know. But I feel like nothing's really happening in this book. I just feel like I'm reading, basically, I don't know. I feel like nothing's really happening in this book, but I'm not complaining. I mean, it's not bad. Like, obviously it's not a bad book. It's just not my cup of tea. It's interesting. I'm like, what is going to happen next? And I'm like invested, but I don't like care enough, you know? Like, I could put this book down and never think about it again, like, honestly. But that's just me. Like, I'm such a sucker for, like, let's get to the point, and I'm such a sucker for romance. And although that's kind of happening in this book, it's not really, but that's my own fault. Like, I knew going into this I wouldn't love this book, but it's just not my cup of tea. But that's all right, because there's enough people on this planet Earth that love this book enough that my voice is not going to matter. So there's that. That's my update so far. I'm gonna keep reading for a little bit and we'll see. It's so funny that I'm literally hanging on by a thread of this book by the romance. I'm like, the romance is what's getting me through. Like, the romance is what's making this book, like, so worth it to me. I have issues. Why can't I read anything that's not romance? Like, please. Anyways, Daisy, I will say at this point in the book, I am 196 pages in. We're this far. It is getting mean. It is getting not nice. So you better stop and cut it out, because that's not cute. She's pissing me off. She has now pissed me off so bad. I want to go into the book and deck her in the face. Why would you ever say that to someone? I'm on page 215. Why would you ever say that to someone? What the hell is wrong with it? Lord, please help me contain myself, because I am gonna get so angry. I am angry. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay, I want to let you know I'm still pissed at her. I understand some of what she's, like, saying, but, like, not really. Like, I understand she's frustrated, but, like, her saying some stuff is so insensitive. Like, some of the stuff she said, I was like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you really don't. And I understand she was frustrated and all that, but, like, girl, please, you guys are supposed to be besties. You guys are supposed to be besties. Like, what is going on? What's happening? And then something just happened now, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I kind of predicted that was gonna happen when the whole thing was going on, but, like, what's going on? Okay, guys, so I just finished Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, and I will say I loved the ending. It's like everything I wanted from the ending. I mean, I knew that this ending was gonna be, like, insightful and gonna have, like, obviously some compromise. So, like, there was something that happened at the end that I was like, I wish it didn't happen, but I understand why. For the story and growth, I understand why it's happening. I sped through the last part. It was actually really interesting to read about. But yeah, I feel like the main thing I got out of this book was it showed me a lot about mental health, about OCD. It showed me a lot about OCD and how that affects people's lives that I never realized. Because, you know, we're inside her head. We are inside her thoughts and everything. And I just think it's really interesting. It was a good read. I mean, I can see why people love it because of its representation. Although it's not one of my favorite books I've ever read. Like, it's not, like, one of the best books I've ever read. It was enjoyable. Like, was it... I don't know what I'd give it, because I feel like I would give it a 2.5 to 3 stars is what I would give it. So pretty on par with the rating. I don't know, actually. I don't feel like this is gonna stick with me. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna think about this book. Like, it was kind of hard to get into. It was kind of hard to just continue reading about it. Like, you can see when I updated you, I was like, I need a break. Like, I just didn't really want and was motivated to read it. Those are my thoughts for this book. I'm gonna go say I finished this on Goodreads and read some ratings to see if people agree with me that it was, like, a good book, but nothing spectacular. We'll see. So yeah. Okay, guys, so that is the end of the video. I'm gonna do a little recap of what my ratings were and all that stuff. The highest rated book, Redeemed by Lauren Asher, had a 4.45 rating on Goodreads, and my personal rating was a 4.5, so definitely deserved the rating it got on Goodreads. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which was my lowest rated, had a 3.91, I think, on Goodreads, and my rating was a 2.5 to 3 stars. Still haven't decided, but that was my rating. So that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and comment below if you've read these books and if you agree with my thoughts. And subscribe if you want to see more of my face. And I'll see you guys in the next one.